Welcome to Tyler's Yarns, the podcast that weaves together the inspiring stories of local entrepreneurs who are spinning their own success. From sustainable fashion to community-driven businesses, we unravel the threads of each unique story to discover what makes them tick. Join us as we stitch together the journeys of these business owners and explore how they crafted a brighter future for themselves and their community. Alrighty, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Tyler's Yarns. Today we got two mates. They've just started a business. I've been following their journey on TikTok since the start. Do you guys want to introduce yourself? Tell us about your up and coming business.
Yeah, so I'm Marcus.
I'm Gus, yeah.
So Marcus 755. It came about, I've been wanting to open up a vintage store for a fair while now. And it's kind of been a really slow progression. And I was just, I saw Gus every weekend, every day. We'd just go through talking to him about all these different possibilities, how I could do it. I was looking at different spaces, doing markets at Fitzroy Market and Camberwell Market all the time. Both of us were getting pretty sick of uni, jobs, all that kind of mundane, repetitive stuff. And I remember just going to Gus and be like, this could really work. We're sitting in a cafe, just came out of Fitzroy Market. It's like, this could really work. There's definitely some, I had this big vision of building a big community as a vintage store, and pretty much, what'd you do? You were like...
Yeah, I was like 2 years into a chippy apprenticeship, just sort of fucking hating it. I was like, fuck, this could be it. Let's jump into it sort of thing.
Yeah.
I
think I distinctly remember Gus being like, yeah, if you want me on board, I'll be there. And then
I was sort of just ready to like jump headfirst into something. So I was like, perfect opportunity. Stars sort of aligned.
How do you guys know each other?
Just, I don't know, like 5 years now. Sort of just
mates
through shit.
Mates, yeah.
Yeah.
Like any mate starts, out on a weekend, whatever, and yeah, it kind of grew from
piss,
there.
Yeah,
on the
pretty
piss.
much, yeah.
Yeah, it grew from there, and we've both been wanting to kind of do our own thing for a little while, so it was kind of a medley of just perfect situations and times and everything that came together at a perfect time and started our Market 755. So.
How old are you guys?
Just 20.
20,
so you're super young.
Yeah, fresh as.
So you've only just started. How long have you been renovating the space? So your space is in Camberwell.
Yeah.
How long have you been renovating it for at the moment? Because I've just been following the journey.
Yeah, I think we only got the keys like a bit over a month ago maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were overseas for a bit, got home, got the keys next day, and it's pretty much just been like 12 hours every day since then.
Just been working hard
Just
on that.
really hard,
so you guys have quit both your jobs?
Yeah, full-time.
Full-time now?
Yeah, exactly.
So what sort of stuff have you been, challenges you've been facing while starting this market at 755?
Time management, massive one.
Yeah,
fuck, really bad.
There's plenty. It was lucky that Gus was a chippy before this, because I don't know how we would have done it without him, really. Putting up all the chains in our store, that was a massive process.
So your rack systems are chains?
Yeah, they're chains, and then we have bars in between the chains that can move up and down.
Yes, it's like a tension chain from ceiling to floor.
Yeah.
And then between them is like a gal pipe that's completely movable, so it's perfect for the vendors.
How is that with holding stock as well? Can it hold heaps?
Yeah, I've jumped up on it.
Yeah, so it's heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's strong. It's almost just under 1.5 meters long.
Yeah.
Double rack, so you can fit a shit ton of clothes there.
So what do you mean with your time management stuff? What sort of stuff have you faced?
It's just because we've never done this before, obviously.
So used to getting told what to do.
Yeah.
And when to do it. And so it was you never have to think about mapping out your time.
Yeah.
And then so you will think of 3 things to do that day, and we'd be doing the first thing. We'd look up at the clock. It's 5 p.m. Fuck. We were supposed to get so much more done today.
Yeah.
And it's just a constant thing that you're not getting enough done, or
no, we just obsess over fucking everything.
So you're you want to, it's I think it's hard because when you want everything to sort of be right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and especially because this is new, and it's well, for you guys, your baby, and you've stopped everything for it, and it's just means so much more.
Exactly.
It's a bit different when you're all in, and it means so much more. You know what I mean?
The things that I'm so confident no one will ever notice.
Yeah.
Like a fucking speck of paint on a handrail.
Yeah, that's
no one's going to see that. But especially to Marcus, he will not.
Oh,
he will not rest until that's fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's a positive or a negative? And
100% a positive. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's a positive because we want everything perfect.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want that one person to come in, notice that thing that we were like, oh, they won't notice it, because that'll just ruin our day and play on our minds all the time. Like, we want everything perfect because it's not just us. It's the vendors in the store as well. They want a good place to sell their items.
Yeah, 100%. But, like, yeah, how you're talking about the vendors before. How'd you go about picking the right vendors? Because you said you sort of want everything perfect. Like, you obviously want the perfect vendors. Yeah, like heavily curated. Like, how'd you go about picking the like vendors that you've got now? Or, like, are you still looking for vendors? Because I saw you putting up a TikTok. That was a pretty cool idea. You got like a whole bunch of the QR codes, and you're walking around sticking them on all the poles in Fitzroy and stuff, which is a good idea.
Yeah, we got a fair bit of feedback from that. People scan the QR codes, which is good. We are still looking for vendors though. We have a lot of people reaching out to us, but it's just trying to get that right balance, because we're trying to cover all bases, like sportswear, menswear, women's wear, surfwear, like everything, so people can come in and find something that they want and is perfect for them. So it's been good fun curating it and meeting everyone and their different styles. But yeah, just reaching out to people on Instagram, them reaching out to us, just having a discussion first, seeing if they like fit the store and all that, and then getting them in for a tour.
And your guys' values as well as a store, like they're fitting all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly just finding that balance, like having enough of everything so that we can cater to like all the customers. And then it works both ways. Like the vendors are going to want that as well, because then it's not too much competition for them. It all sort of balances each other out.
And it's more sort of like a destination.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because you guys are you guys on the top floor of a...
Yeah.
Yeah, level 1, yeah.
So where are you located?
Burke Road in Camberwell.
Yeah.
So right on so Camberwell Market's on one side and we're on the other. So right in that main strip of Camberwell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a whole lot of people on Sunday.
Yeah, open early on Sundays.
Yeah.
Really get
very early on Sundays.
Exactly.
Yeah. How are you going to find to get people through during the weekend, not on market days?
Obviously, like heaps of social media.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to smash that as much as we can now. Massive learning curve that as well.
Yeah. How have you found it? Do you want to walk us through it?
Yeah, I've been trying my hand at the TikToks. They're coming along slowly. It's just I just can't get my head around like what's supposed to hit and what doesn't hit, and it's just. But like, everyone says, man, just keep chipping away, something will blow up. But yeah, it's mainly just consistent, trying to be like as consistent as possible on the socials. Yeah, but I really like before this, I was like just chipping 5 days a week.
Yeah, you weren't like,
and I wasn't thinking about fucking TikTok, and now I'm just like all day just like refreshing my TikTok, seeing like who's viewed it, any saves. I'm like,
who's commented?
Yeah, fuck. It's like it's addictive.
It's so addictive, eh? Like, because I'm the same. Where I'm like, I just like maybe I posted in an hour. It took me like an hour to do one TikTok, and I'm like, gets like 500-600 views. You're like, wasted so much time. But like in the scheme of things, you're like building your community up. But like especially what you're doing at the moment, you're like videoing everything, and you're like putting it up. You're like saying like, yeah, you doing everything, like painting the floors, like you putting in those racks that you're putting in.
Yeah, well, we want it to be like the journey, so like customers and the vendors like know what it was from the start.
Yeah, like, and that's I think one thing just that official vintage didn't do is we didn't film all that process stuff. So it's now we've got no like footage of like anything that we did when we first started, and it's just like even hard finding photos for us. Whereas like you guys have done it, and it's just like, oh, this is a story from now. We're going to show you all our like mess ups and everything in between, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Trying to be as like sincere, just as transparent as possible as well.
Yeah, especially like you got to these days, I think, as well.
Yeah, you got to appeal as like a human, not just a brand.
Like it's authentic, and people respond to that.
But that's why a lot of big brands like Coca-Cola and like Pepsi and stuff, there's no one behind the brand or no face behind the brand. It's just sort of they've only had time against everyone, and they're dropping off with you're versing someone like Prime, where Logan Paul and stuff like taking over.
For sure.
Because I've got a face of the brand and people want to see that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, yeah, leading on to that is like what am I going to say? How do you think you're going to be different to every other vintage market that's going to be opening up? Because we've obviously got one south side. Like, how are you going to be different?
Yep. So.
And there's all those like, what are those like mill markets and stuff as well.
Yeah. I think it's the little things that we've been obsessing over, like we were just saying, like the racks and stuff. We've set it up kind of like a boutique, and it's set up in a U shape so every stall gets viewed at. Smaller racks as well, so pretty much the vendors put in their best items. So we're trying to make it really a curated space that people go in and, like I was saying before, find something. They don't have to dig around for hours. They can spend time in the store, like I've got those change rooms set up with the Nintendo 64 and stuff.
Yeah,
we're trying to make it a community like that people want to spend time in, not feel overwhelmed or any of that, like the other markets that I've kind of been in, and they go for that style, but we're trying to go for more a refined, curated style.
So sort of where people can like chill as well as shop.
Yeah, 100%. Because we want like a community hub effectively. So like
Yeah.
vendors and customers can all come in, socialize, hang out, have a coffee, have a drink, sort of just really chill, rather than just like come in, buy your clothes and leave.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of these shops now. But like, I think that's definitely the way to go as well. Like, I think your spot's definitely got to be a hub on a Sunday for like Camberwell
sure.
markets as well.
Yeah, that's literally the aim of what we're going for. Yeah, making it a hub.
What is what other stuff have you sort of like faced, like other problems you've faced while like starting this market?
I'd say a lot of the background stuff, because just learning as you go, it's such a big thing. Like we were trying to sort out loans and sort out where we're getting our items from, like the building materials, just where to do that. All the little things you have to jump over, like the little hurdles you jump over every day. Like all that, and finding our steel.
Yeah, and all the unknown shit as well. It's like we're pretty good with our finances. Like we're coming along, everything's looking pretty good. Shop's coming together, and then like they whack you with like a council rates.
Yeah,
and you're like, shit,
rates,
I forgot about that completely. And you're like, shit, that's like a couple grand down the drain.
Yeah, it's just like you can, like, especially when we first started, it's like you feel like you can never win,
Oh,
like,
yeah. Slap you with a new bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because before we got onto the air, you guys were talking about like learning new stuff. You had to learn new skills to even like bring into like you're picking up stuff from op shops and like redoing it and stuff. And you made it, like you said, it was like made you feel a bit special and the space a bit special. Do you want to go into that a bit more?
Yeah, we're trying to put as much personality in it as possible, with it still being refined and curated, and on a budget. Like
Yeah.
picking up things from Marketplace, driving out an hour and handing this guy a $100 bill or something in his garage and trying to do that up. Like, it's content for us, but also we can look at it and say, we've done that. Like, we've put out a little bit of personality in that, and it's in the room and it fits nicely.
Yeah, like that couch, free on Facebook. It was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, so you pretty much you got a couch and then you had to like redo it all.
Yeah,
like,
all the leather was fucked and the timber was fucked. But like now it's a mint little couch. Yeah, but like
it's so comfy. Yeah,
there's a little story behind it now as well.
And then you got those 80s TVs as well, or like the big box ones.
Yeah, another free off Marketplace. Yeah, sick.
I was trying to find one of those for ages. And I couldn't even get one. I was just like...
We like chucked up a post in like some little community page in the area.
Oh, true.
Like,
That's
anyone got a TV? Next day, someone was like, yeah, we got one right around the corner. It's perfect.
People just love to help out with that stuff as well. See it that it actually goes to use.
Yeah, because you can be like, oh, we've got this market that we're opening up, and it's just like, oh, we need this. And people are like, they jump on board.
And it speaks to the whole vintage thing as well, like recycling, reusing.
Yeah.
Which people just love. Yeah.
Have you found the like vintage community, have they been supportive of you? Like the people that go to the Fitzroy markets and Camberwell markets and they got stalls every single week. Yeah. Like, have they been supportive of you guys like opening up?
They've been great.
Yeah, really. Like best people, especially like our first like 15 vendors, most of them from the market, just best people ever. Yeah.
Made new friends. Like they come in and have a chat with us because we take them all for tours. They come in and have a chat. And we're standing there for an hour and like, oh, geez, like, where's the time going? Yeah, they're just great people, and it's really made the journey a lot easier. Getting vendors that you can really talk to and they're interested in what you're doing and trying to advertise it for you as well. Like, it's kind of a big circle.
Yeah, because it's like if they're advertising for you and you're advertising for them as well. Yeah. Especially when they come into your store and buy stuff as well, you know. You're like, this is from the store holder, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
And then you can be like, oh, they're also at Fitzroy markets as well, and then these good people and stuff like that. Have you guys started bringing all the clothes in yet, or when does that start working? And when are you going to start opening as well?
We haven't confirmed date, but we were thinking May 6th.
May 6th.
But, you know, to be confirmed.
Yeah,
heavy to be confirmed.
Yeah.
We should be pushing for May 6th, yeah.
Is it to get sort of everything done?
Yeah. Most of the fit out is pretty much done. It's just like tying off little, you know, loose ends and stuff. But it's mainly just getting the vendors in. So I think that last week before we open is when we'll start really getting stock in.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a bit of work to it, like security tags, hangers. We're gonna have lots and lots of pieces.
Yeah.
And obviously like adjusting all the racks so it looks really nice.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a bit of work in that. So
we've also tried to get vendors in that aren't just from Melbourne.
Oh, true.
Well. So trying to work that out in that last week as well.
So are the vendors from like international? Oh, not international. Interstate.
They're still in the works.
Yeah.
They're still in the works.
But like some from Sydney or
Sydney
Yeah.
mainly. Reached out to a few at Adelaide as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to see how that logistically works because they have some great curation or whatever. We definitely want them in the store. It's just figuring out how they get their items to us and how we get in the store.
Yeah, so like, oh, do you have to drive up to Sydney with the van or something? You know what I mean? But then it's like not sustainable as well, like long term. So what do you reckon you guys are going to do with that? Is it going to be like say if you get a person in from Sydney, like are they going to have to bring down stock or?
What I've been discussing with them is pretty much they ship down weekly
with a box
shipments,
or something.
with a box, and then we just charge a small fee and we put it up on our code hangers and security tags for them and put it out. So we don't really have to hold a lot of stock, but we're still keeping their rack like filled for them.
Yeah, how are you going to go about like storage and stuff? You're just talking about like holding boxes and stuff. Have you got like rooms out the back? Or?
Yeah, we got one room out the back, which is obviously the change room, a bit of a hangout room. Then we've got another one that we can sort of use as well. But I don't know, it's going to be another thing to work out. Probably on the fly.
You got to do it on the fly, but it'll be interesting because like a lot of people in Melbourne will be like able to just come stock up when you're like, your racks are getting low or whatever.
Yeah, and they can literally come like pretty much any day of the week as well. So it's pretty easy for everyone.
So you guys are going to be open 7 days, you reckon?
5 days.
5 days. So you're going to do
Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah. Like I feel like Wednesday to Sundays are probably the most busiest days for us as well. Like
we'll need a couple of days to like sort the admin out as well. Yeah, especially at the start.
Yeah, because it's going to be hard, because it's all different vendors.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to like track everything differently.
Yeah, so we'll have like proper point of sale systems that'll do a lot of it for us.
Yeah.
But then it's mainly just being able to like invoice vendors and then pay them and then pay us.
And that happens every week as well. So.
Yeah, you can't really be like getting behind on that sort of stuff.
No, not at all. No. Everyone wants money now.
So. Yeah, especially when you're like, so with these vendors, are they going to have to pay like a fee to go in or like?
So they pay weekly rent.
Yeah. So that's most of the places
most of the places. I think our price is very competitive with them, considering they get security tags and hangers for all their items.
Yeah, because a lot of places don't have that.
We provide like literally everything. All they need is the clothing item and the tag.
Yeah.
And then the rest we'll sort. Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
the question was like how much was the fees for the vendors?
Sorry, so it's 110 a week.
Yeah.
For the rent, and then we charge a 10% commission fee on their weekly total, so that just gets taken off at the end.
Yeah, because I was wondering how that all works when you're like, because are you guys going to have your own store in the market or?
Yeah. At this stage, we're thinking it, but it depends how.
Like it might get too popular or something.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. But I'm planning on having a rack in there. Yeah.
Have you got a pretty big like waiting list for potential?
We've just started getting a waiting list today, actually.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. It was a bit surreal.
Yeah. It's like one of those milestones, eh?
Yeah, getting the waiting list. Because we're trying to get that.
The range,
yeah. The women's wear we started to get a waiting list on because
so
many people are reaching out to us.
Yeah, we thought the exact same thing. We're like, we're going to struggle to get enough women's wear.
Yeah.
But
I feel like there's like a lack of women's wear in those markets anyways.
They've all contacted us, I think. They all want to get in, which is great. And they're all great people. We just can't provide that to them at the moment.
Yeah, because right now, 36 racks is like the total we've got. So it's a pretty small like curation of people. So like for us to be able to get the balance, we've sort of got to like hit quotas and stop at certain limits.
Yeah. So where do you see this going in the next couple of years then? Like what are your big ideas and your plans and
Well, we're really focusing just on the
I don't know what I'm
opening
doing
at
next
the
week.
moment.
Like,
obviously it's just like next week. But
flying by the seat of my pants. Yeah,
you're just like, I just want to.
I just want to get open right now. Yeah, and then I don't know. I think we want to.
You've got a dream, you know what I mean? You always got to be like, oh yeah, like.
We've discussed it.
Because you're all in, so you're like, oh yeah, this needs to work regardless of anything.
There's nowhere else to be. Right?
Yeah. We've discussed it online.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Try and get it online, a section, because we've kind of done it backwards with the brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Discuss trying to go onto online, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
Online. We were talking about doing our own sort of clothing as well.
Yeah.
Getting that in there eventually, but that'll be another massive like learning curve as well.
Thing. Like it's like a whole nother business. Like
exactly.
It'd be like
So once we've got like the shop locked down and like we know what we're doing there.
Yeah, it's because like you'll see like a whole lot of other stuff that's going to be coming up. You'll be like, oh yeah, like Monday you'll be like, oh, we've also got to do this and this. Like on your days off, you're like,
I don't think we'll have a day off for a while. No, it's gonna be pretty nuts.
Are you guys ready for it?
Oh yeah, all in.
So excited.
Ready as, yeah. Nice, sweet.
I remember you were coming out with that maid.
Yeah.
Merch. Are you bringing that back?
Yeah. So what we're pretty much going to do is we're going to at the moment because, we're gonna like do it as an official vintage brand. I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we've already got the people, you know what I mean? Like people are always wearing our stuff, and like we used to drop like upcycle stuff, like with vintage, like old vintage blanks, and we used to print our own stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to sell out of every single drop of those. So we're like, oh, we might as well just like put official vintage on, and like people like love it. But like, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of blanks that are coming, which we're going to be doing, which is exciting for like summer. And I also want to do different stuff as well, like with clothing. Like us, as you see, Mertra did like a reversible hoodie.
Man, that thing was mad.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
I want to sort of come up with like innovative stuff like that where it's a bit different and it's not just like a hoodie where you like put a print on it, you know what I mean? But like, that will definitely be coming back. But it's like, I think you guys will understand when you start your own clothing brand line with this market. Will it be under the market, like Market 755, or will it be a different clothing brand, do you reckon?
I think we've been discussing like 755 cut off the market. Market's the store, 755's the label.
Yeah, the logo's pretty. I fucking love our logo.
Yeah,
it works so nicely.
Yeah, how did you guys paint that as well? Like, as you walk into the store, you've got your desk and you. Yeah, did you paint it yourself?
Yeah, we got like I had an old projector at home, and then he just got it on his laptop, and we sort of like had to do it quarter by quarter because we couldn't get far enough away from the desk where the wall was to make this thing big enough. So we sort of cut it up and painted it ourselves. Yeah. But
some pretty shaky hands. There's a lot of cleaning up after that. There was plenty of mistakes. Yeah.
No, because we did the exact same thing. Do you know the polar bear at the store?
Yeah.
So my mate said the thing with the old projector, and then they just
really
they just outlined it.
That would have been so much harder, I reckon.
Oh, it took a whole day for him to do it, like a whole 22 hours of work. Like it wasn't.
We were like an hour and a half setting that.
But it was pretty good. I like it.
Because the way when it'd go up the wall, the projector would start to like project it on an angle, so it wouldn't have to be square on the whole time.
It'd be a bit warped.
Yeah, that would have been so much fuck around.
Was the inspiration behind your logo like Y2K, or like what was the sort of inspiration?
Not really.
It was just like whatever.
We've been throwing around so many different logos.
I'm pretty sure like that was one of the first logos we picked, and then we spent
like
weeks and hours like trying to make a new logo, and at the end we were just like, nah, the first one was pretty mint. Just stuck with that one.
That's like when we're filming TikToks, we're the same. We're like, because you film like your cuts or whatever, and your scripts or whatever, but your first one's always the best way. Oh no, we can do better.
We can do better.
And then you like do it for like an hour, then you're just like, oh well, let's just use the first one. But like,
there's a lot of sleepless nights with that logo. Like Gus and I just can't, because when you look at something for so long,
you start like. It's like you like hallucinate or something.
Crazy,
nothing looks the same after you've looked at it for 6 hours straight.
Then you start trying to get your mates being like, do you like this? Do you like this? Because they're like the biggest critics anyway. Yeah. So you're like, oh, how's this logo? They're like, yeah, it's really good. And then you start getting in your head, is it?
Exactly.
And then how's this one? Yeah, that's really good. So which one's better? Oh, I like them both. Can't have two. It's difficult. Yeah.
Why did you guys choose Campbell out of everywhere? Like, why wouldn't you go to like Fitzroy or
Just 'cause
Brunswick or this side?
We looked at Camberwell as like such an untapped area when it comes to like vintage clothing and small brands. There's so many people in that area, especially that travel to Fitzroy or travel into Chapel Street, travel into the city, but they all, they live around there, so it just makes it easier for them, really.
Yeah, I see that a lot of people that come to the store are always from like Kew or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And there's not there. What is it, Glen Ferry Road or?
Yeah, the market's there. I wasn't sure why there wasn't a store there yet, because the market's is really busy on a Sunday.
Because they've only got cafes, so like to put it in perspective for people that know, Camberwell Market's done out of a car park, and pretty much on the back of all those car parks is like cafes and stuff, and like chemists. But so you're going to be one of those stores, that are going to be
just upstairs, looking down over them.
Going to get the old signage out just so people go
heaps
up.
of signage,
So much signage.
It was kind of perfect timing with it, because I was obviously it was a pretty quick decision. There was a few months, and then we opened it up, found the spot. So we're kind of like, if we've realised this now, if someone else realises it, we're going to lose our chance. So we kind of had to jump on Camberwell.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to move to Fitzroy, because we're not from there. So Camberwell was kind of just the obvious answer to us, really. Yeah.
And you want to like build your community where you're from.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty much the same. I've been on Chapel Street for like, I don't know, the last 8 years. So I'm like, I don't want to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know to Fitzroy or anything, but like I think, and it's a bit more like sentimental. Like,
you like establish like a rapport with the locals and shit as well.
Yeah, and especially because you are a local, you like care about the area.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially people in Fitzroy love Fitzroy, and people in
exactly.
Southside love Southside. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, what have you guys still got to do to open from on 6th of May?
Signage.
Are you going to put signage outside?
Yeah, so we'll get signage on Burke Road.
Yeah.
Signage around the back. I want to get my car done, so it's like
go
a bit of a driving advertisement.
Have you got a ute or something, or
I got
just normal car?
A troopy, so it'll look alright on the side. So
that looks sick.
Yeah, no, that's a plan. That'd be a good one. What else do we need? Pretty much just getting vendors in as well.
Yeah. So you've pretty much filled up the spots for females, like males stuff.
Pretty much. What are we chasing?
We're looking for a few more surfwear, menswear, and sportswear. Really, they'll tie it off nicely. We think,
Why surfwear is like a specific, vintage surfwear?
It's gotten so popular.
Yeah, so popular.
And it's so cool. It's so unique, and there's some sellers out there that have seriously good collections and curations of it. Like, why not bring it in?
Yeah, especially what was the difference between like having a person that collects rock tees compared to surf stuff? Is it the price point or?
Yeah, probably the price point. I think it's easier to get into surfwear for a lot of people than rock tees, because especially people our age that are kind of coming to shop, like those rock tees, they didn't grow up.
Yeah,
a lot of them didn't grow up in that era, so it's moving into a different kind of vintage now. Which you've noticed, like you feel like that's moving forward. Yeah, with that Y2K stuff that's really coming in.
Well, especially a lot of the Y2K stuff was the like Quicksilver billabongs and stuff, which is like going massive at the moment. Especially I think it's only like a Melbourne thing though as well. Like that Y2K, like Melbourne and Sydney, sorry. And then like the whole rest of Australia is just sort of not on that buzz at the moment. Yeah. Like the way I was sort of seeing like fashion at the moment. But like those were all those Y2Ks with the billabongs and Quicksilver. Yeah. You know? Yeah, definitely. Like all those like old, real wiggy ass designs.
Yeah. And they're all bringing them back now, which is good in a way, but still like the old stuff.
Yeah, especially like the Rip Curl Pro. Did you watch the Rip Curl Pro on the weekend or see it?
No, I did not. Yeah,
so like they pretty much took the design from the 90s and just reused that.
Yeah.
Really?
for the banner. But it was like way cooler.
Yeah.
And like they were selling merch, and I was like, oh, I'd actually buy a t-shirt like that because it looks sick.
Yeah. That's good that they're coming back with that. Like designs that look cool, not just that kind of toned down minimalism designs. Yeah.
Maybe we'll just wrap it up there, but do you want to tell us your Instagram, your TikTok?
Yeah, what are we? Market755 on Instagram. I think it's Market755 for everything.
Yeah
like much. No underscores or anything like that?
Underscore on the end of the Instagram. yeah, that for sure.
So market 755 underscore.
on Instagram.
On
and
Instagram.
then TikTok's market 755.
Have you got anything in store for us on your TikTok?
Oh, just wait.
Just
wait
wait.
and see.
Heaps in the pipeline.
You got some good content?
Yeah, for sure.
So-
Can't disclose it yet, but yeah, it's coming.
It'll all start to ramp up once we're getting closer to opening.
Well, hopefully it'll be good to see, like, especially from the start till now, and I feel like you guys are getting better at making TikToks as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those things, hey, you got to learn how to do it.
I was a shaky at the start.
Yeah,
I didn't even know how to use the fucking app properly.
Yeah, you're probably like
Yeah.
filming the other way around or something.
Yeah, exactly. Then I learned about CapCut. That was revolutionary.
Yeah, then you realize, actually, like, editing videos is so much
Yeah,
easier.
yeah. I learned how to save it without getting that stupid TikTok watermark over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that's another thing as well. It's like you can remove that watermark, and then like if you don't remove it onto like when you're posting a reel, it doesn't push it out.
Well, apparently like Instagram hates CapCut and TikTok, so they won't use that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you've got to edit it all out of house.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you got to learn, especially starting this new business. But I appreciate you guys coming on, man, and I'm
Thanks for having us.
going to be following your journey anyways, and hopefully get you on in a year, and you can tell us how well you've learned.
Yeah, beautiful. Can't wait.
Because you're just like at the start of your journey at the moment, so it's just like and you're young as well. It's nice. I was 20. I was 20 when I started Official Vintage as well.
Really?
So
Right.
it's been 5
Wait,
years.
did you get the space when you were 20?
Nah, 22. Yeah, 22.
That's still so young.
Still young,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you have major dramas with like once you
exactly what you're saying, like your rates and stuff where you
like,
don't
just hit
understand.
you,
They hit you and you're like, what? Like, how
as if, and it's only till 3 months away. And I've got to pay it again.
Does the government want me to succeed or not?
Yeah, I kept thinking like my parents must have been paying this for ages. I had no idea.
Yeah, and then it's like you realize, rent, but then it's like, then you start making enough money, then it's taxes.
Yeah, no, taxes will be crazy as well.
But yeah, it's all good. You'll learn it all.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm always here to help as well.
Oh, sweet,
thanks very
lovely.
much.
Sweet. All right, thanks, boys. Thanks for jumping on.
Cheers.
Cheers.